Hi again, Greg, the News Tribune with the backyard edition of Seahawks Insider after the 2017 schedule released here on Thursday. To me, it's a tricky beginning for the Seahawks at Green Bay. Third year in a row they played at Lambeau Field, but it's September 10th rather than December that they had to play at Green Bay last year. And then the beginning of for the first 5 games for the Seahawks before the bye, they're probably going to be favored in. Home to San Francisco in the home opener September 17th. Then they go at Tennessee, a team that went 9-7 but didn't make the playoffs last year. Home to Indianapolis on a Sunday night, October 1st, one of 4 primetime games for the Seahawks this coming season. And then at the LA Rams before the bye after week 5. So they should be 4-1, which means a faster start, which means the rest of the NFC West presumably in chase for the rest of the season. And that's the recipe they want to get that second weekend of the playoffs at home, which Pete Carroll said was the difference he thought last year between winning and losing that playoff game against the Falcons. The tricky part at the end is at Dallas, which of course had the best regular season record last year in the NFC in the regular season anyway, before the Packers beat them in the playoffs. And then home to Arizona, and I know the Cardinals were down last year, but this Cardinal team gave Seattle fits again at home on Christmas Eve last season. And in the last few seasons, every Cardinals-Seahawks matchup in some way has determined the NFC West Championship. And I think the division will come down to the 2 Cardinals-Seahawks games this year. The Seahawks have a Sunday night, check that, a Thursday night game. Their only Thursday night game of the season is at Arizona. That's November 9th, checking my notes. So, tricky beginning at Green Bay. Softer middle, no 10 a.m. games until December 10th. The only one of the regular season for the Seahawks is at Jacksonville. And no back-to-back games on the road, back-to-back weekends on the road, I should say. They have 2 consecutive road games in October, but it's split by the bye coming on October 15th. So all in all, for a first-place team in a parity-driven league, the schedule could be a lot worse than it is. The Seahawks are going to have every opportunity to have a faster start than they had last season and certainly 2 seasons ago to get on top of the division and let the rest of them chase. The draft is a week from tonight, the first round of the NFL draft, Thursday, 1 week from tonight. The News Tribune's coverage of that began today online with locals Zach Banner and Sefo Lufau and Michael Rector profiled. And we'll have videos starting tomorrow through the weekend and into next week, discussing all aspects of the draft. Coverage in the News Tribune with daily stories, and of course Dave Bowling and myself at Seahawk headquarters next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the 3-day draft. And there's a lot to talk about with that, starting with whether the Seahawks are going to get the offensive tackles that are on the minds of everyone who's watched this team in the last couple of years. So the Seahawks, all in all, their schedule, I think the way it lays out, a lot better than it could have been, and that there are no tricky back-to-back road games and no 10 a.m. starts. Of course, it all looks good on paper. The games get real in September. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the draft.